Right now, we're at Lake Martin in Cajun Country, Louisiana. We're about to take a boat out on the lake to see what we can see. Our guide today is Brian Champagne of Champagne's Swamp Tours. He's been giving tours of the Lake Martin swamps for 8 years. It's January, and the trees have shed their leaves. A sepia-toned swamp is painted beneath the pale blue sky. We creep slowly on a boat through the swamp.
But the trees in here look dead now because they lose all their leaves in the wintertime. They're not conifers. The bottom of the trees are big in here because water is kept in here year-round, so it swells them up. And it also acts like a base. Next tree coming up will be the one with the ridges around it, like this and to the right or in the front to the left or whatnot. That's your bald cypress, and that's the hardwood, expensive wood. They're all totally protected right now and cutting down because water is here year-round. So no cutting of trees, no branches or root system or any type in here.
It's dropped into the 40s today. Not an ideal day to be out, but Brian is persistent in his search to help us find the swamp's treasures.
The holes in the trees, is damaged by your second largest rodent in the world, which is called a Nutria, a big rat. Look in that hole in that tree to the left. See if we have any baby nutrias in there.
There were none in that hole, but we find some baby nutria a few minutes later.
There's a baby just right here, not moving. There they go, yeah. No, they'll get 15 pounds in size or bigger than that. Those are babies, maybe a couple of weeks old.
Lake Martin is known for the Rookery, where each season thousands of birds come to nest from February to July. Access to the area is cut off then, but right now we can still take the boat through the Rookery and see some of the first birds to arrive for the season.
Off to the right, in the plants, that's a great blue heron bird. That's the one that's starting to nest right now. Now, they'll eat fish, eels, baby gators, and that's why we don't have a lot of snakes in here, because it's the great blue herons and also the gators that eat them. This is just the beginning of it right now. So within the next couple of months, you'll have thousands of birds in here. Probably got a fish. Yep, look at that fish. Big fish.
The trees are draped with a plant unique to the south.
Okay, the gray in the trees is moss, Spanish moss, and it's something that actually got to be called that by Spaniards with big beards, so it's not from Spain or moss. It's an air plant, which is an epiphyte that has no root system to it. It's also a plant that contains 25% water. It does make a little yellow flower, but by the time you see the little flower, usually the air takes it and it gets carried by the wind, and that's how it gets put on trees or whatnot.
Crawfish is a main ingredient in Cajun cooking, and traps in the swamps can be used to catch them.
Crawfish trap. That's how we try to catch crawfish here in Louisiana. When we pick it up, you just grab it like this and you just dump them. It has the 3 flues where they go into here to get in. We have a pipe with a hole. That way we could put catfish in it for bait early in the morning. We set it back in the water and come back the following day to raise it up to hopefully have crawfish.
Lake Martin's most famous resident has to be the alligator. Most of the gators are hibernating because of the cold weather, but Brian found an alligator in the swamp and gives us a chance to appreciate it up close. Brian tapes the mouth shut so the alligator can't bite us.
But you see, a gator has no power to open their mouth. The power is closing, okay? So.
Wow. How do I hold?
Just any kind of way.
Oh, it's heavy.
If it starts warming up, the gators start coming out. Cold like it is right now, they shut down because they're cold-blooded. But you see their legs help them climb on logs, or when they're floating, all 4 of their legs are straight out. That's all their legs. It doesn't help them swimming whatsoever. Their legs are folded to the side. The tail does all the work in the water. If a gator loses a tail, they can't swim. But they can run up to 35 miles an hour on dry land straight, So if a gator starts to chase you, run zigzag. They can't keep up with you that way. They mostly stay in the water. Like right now, they're underneath the plants and whatnot, and then sometimes their nostrils will be out of the plants catching air, and that's where they go down for hibernation. Or some of them bury themselves in the mud.
After a brief examination of the reptile, we put the alligator back into the swamp.
Yeah. See how water's got him. Cold. He'll be all right. See the legs, how they kick to the side, and the tail does all the work.
It was a fascinating and fun trip, and if it's this good in January, then I can only imagine what it's like in warmer parts of the year. Each season has its own unique challenges and rewards, so I encourage you to come check it out for yourself. Check out ChampagneSwampTours.com for more information. For more travel videos, you can check out my website, StrayCompass.com, or if you're on another video sharing website, don't forget to subscribe to my videos. I'm James Knott. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
CajunH.com